Java project and create that. Okay, so let's create our very first class in Java. How do you create a class in Java? You right click on the source, you go to new, and then you click class.
This is in Java and not Eclipse, right?
I mean, in Eclipse, of course, I mean, within Eclipse. You're creating a Java class in Eclipse because Eclipse is just an editor to code Java, to compile Java, and run Java. And the Java is the language.
Okay, so go to source, right click,
Yep.
click new, and then new
And then click class.
class. Okay.
Okay. Now this dialog box shows up. Here we will name our class, which is the name of our program. So we're going to give it the same name first as it's in the book. First. Okay. Now make sure you check a checkbox that reads public static void main. That way the line public static void main will be written out for you and you would not have to type it.
So make sure public is
public static void checkbox is checked. Yep, it's checked.
I was looking at next to modifiers where it says public and then there's this
oh no. Leave that as public. Yep. Down below, check the checkbox for public static void main. Done?
Yes.
Okay, now hit finish. Everybody has what I have?
I do.
Okay. Now this is a comment already written out for us. We can delete it if we want to. I will rather write a comment on line number 1 just as a refresher to what we just learned in the chapter. Java program. And I'll also write a block comment here. Now we will write our first hello world program in Java. So system.out.print hello world. Now, you all know how to copy paste. So I'm just copying the first line that I wrote and pasting it on the line below. So I have 2 lines of hello world or whatever you have, doesn't matter. You can change the second message if you want to. And after you make the change, save the changes and hit the run button again. And you will see that both lines are producing the output on the same line. And the reason is, as I told you in the PowerPoint, that you are required to use ln, print ln, not print, if you want the next output to go to a new line. So I will just add ln to the line above. I'll save the changes and I'll run it again. And now you can see the difference. Okay, so \n is also another way to create a new line. So if you have not used print ln and you only have print, you can also use /n. Or if you want to write a single line, but you want to break the output into multiple lines, you can use /n. So for example, on my first line, I will use hello world /n, welcome to, okay, so make that change. And when you run your program, you will see you have 3 lines of outputs, even though you wrote 2 instructions. Because in your first instruction, the /n will produce a new line and will push welcome to the next line. In my second line, I'm replacing the word Java with JSE, and I'm using another escape sequence character /t, which is to give a tab space, JEE. And check my output, and you probably should have a similar output that 2 words will be at a tab space. Now, let's go to the end of this second line and press enter to create a new line. And now I will show you how you can create a graphical user interface dialog box in Java. So far, we have used 2 Java built-in classes, system and string. And we did not have to import any packages because they were both coming from java.lang package, java.lang, Java language package. So if a class belongs to language package, you don't need to import any packages. But the next class that I'm about to use comes from a swing package. So observe my screen first, and then you can type it. The name of the class is JOptionPane. Do you notice the syntax here that I followed the convention of Java by uppercasing the letters? And also, I started with an uppercase J. Anytime you see an uppercase J, that means it belongs to the Java extension package. If a class name starts, if a GUI class, if a graphical user interface class starts with an uppercase J, that is part of the Java extension package, which is called swing package. Okay, so now you can type JOptionPane. It is erroring out right now. Why? Because I don't have the correct package imported. So just type it, JOptionPane. After that, put a period. Does everybody see a dialog box popping up? I mean, like IntelliSense. So letters SHOW, as you can see, as I'm typing, it is jumping, right? Show, and I'll type the letter M, and notice it now goes down to 3 options: show, message, dialog. This is called polymorphism. Remember, I was giving you the example of playing soccer, playing guitar. So this is a polymorphic behavior, same name, but 3 different implementations. We will double click on the first implementation. What do you notice when I double clicked? Besides the syntax completing. Okay, so as soon as I double click, it brought in the import instruction. And as soon as I brought in the import instruction, it said this class belongs to javax.swing package. I will choose null in the first option because this dialog box does not belong to any form or a window. It will going to be a free floating dialog box. And in the message area, within the double quotes, I'm going to type my message. Save the changes and run the program. And you will see 3 lines of output in the console, and you will also see the dialog box in which this message will show. Now I'm replacing that hyphen I have with a /n, saving the changes and rerunning the program to show that the /n also works in a dialog box, and it splits the output into multiple lines within the dialog box.